Hello, my name's Martin Sabaton and I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager with Huddle. We're going to spend the next 15 minutes looking at some of Huddle's key features and explore why they are the best way for your teams and your clients to collaborate together on projects, share and edit files, assign tasks and track team activity in a secure, shared environment. During this short demo, I will show you how Huddle can be used to enhance your client's engagement in the sell-side deal process, helping them to make informed decisions and greatly increasing the likelihood of a successful transaction. Because of Huddle's unique, secure, cloud-based workspace model, the solution can span a wide footprint of the sell-side process, from initial client assessments and sales collateral development through to managing the evaluation process and buyer questions. Here we have a planning and strategy workspace where Huddle can be used to collaborate internally across the deal team and with the client during the initial phases of the engagement, including running portfolio assessments, collating benchmarking data, and generation of sales documentation. Once a target has been identified, we also have a target-specific workspace which can help to facilitate secure collaboration between the client, the target, lawyers, and internal teams during the evaluation and negotiation phases of a potential transaction. Let's start by taking a closer look at the Planning and Strategy workspace. As you will see during this demo, Huddle is more than just document storage in the cloud. A workspace is where you can start to organize people, content, projects and team communications in one place. You'll see that a workspace can be customized to suit your brand and to give client engagements a real sense of identity. In this workspace, you can see that we have the advisory firm's brand, the client's brand, a customized overview in the center here, a background image, and even a dedicated URL. We're currently viewing the overview page, which offers an at-a-glance view of activity that's happening in the workspace. I also have a calendar view displaying upcoming tasks relating to this engagement. Because it's surfacing relevant files and activity, the overview page is a great way to stay on top of current activity and track project milestones with a single glance. Before we dive into how you can share and collaborate on content, it's worth just highlighting that it's within the workspace that you can carefully start to secure access to content and control who can access and edit files. The People tab gives you a directory of all the people that currently have access to this workspace. There's a couple of important things to point out here. Firstly, you can only access a workspace by invitation. There's no way to organically discover and access a workspace or file like you might do on a network drive, which is super important for clients where confidentiality and sensitivity exists around the engagement. Secondly, you'll also notice that users are grouped into teams. You'll see here that we have the deal team, including those conducting research work and performing assessments of potential targets, and also management, who will need to track activity and progress on the engagement, while also providing feedback where needed. We've also got the client team and a team of external specialists, such as the lawyer we are working with on this engagement. You can use these teams to set very granular levels of control and permissions around your content based on the user and where they sit in your organisation. There are different roles that can be assigned to users, including being workspace managers. You can see a list of workspace managers here at the top. Workspace managers are super users with the ability to control some key administrative policies. For example, I can decide who can invite additional users to the workspace. I can also quickly remove users, change which team they sit in, or adjust their access rights. So now we've looked at teams and people, let's now take a look at the Files tab. You can store any kind of file within Huddle, including Microsoft Office documents, images, and even video. We've optimized the folder structure for a typical sell-side engagement, with sections for strategy components including market analysis and the buyer list, and also sales documentation such as presentations and translations. The folder structure and names can very easily be tailored by users to reflect your own internal processes. Let's take a quick look at the sales documentation folder. We can quickly check the permissions and access for this folder. If I need to adjust that, as a workspace manager, I could do that right here. When you open a folder, you'll see that you can have subfolders and files. Opening a file, you'll see that it's beautifully previewed within Huddle itself, so you can read a document, even in full screen, print it and watch streaming video, all without leaving Huddle. Surrounding the file are some key actions such as copy, edit and delete, and also some unique Huddle features that we'll look at in more detail during this demo. Let's imagine that I'm working with a client to produce the management presentation. I've been working on some market analysis and need to update the slide deck based on the latest data. So, we're going to edit this document. There are two modes that I can use. I can either read only, or I can edit and lock it. So let's edit and lock, which effectively checks the document out of Huddle. This is really important because it means Huddle always maintains a single and most current version of the file. So no more chaos managing edits across different versions. The document opens in the appropriate Office application on your desktop, and that's because we have a tool called Huddle Desktop, which acts as a bridge between the desktop applications and the web. In this scenario, I need to update the numbers on slide 2, so let's make that edit. I can save this in the regular way. Click Save and I get a notification that Huddle has saved this version back into the cloud. You'll also see that Huddle is even pulling in the document's comment stream, so I can recap on the discussion. Let's notify the team about the updates I've just made. These comments are also synced back to Huddle, and people that I mention will be notified through their Huddle dashboard and via email. So now we can unlock this document, and anyone that goes into Huddle will now be seeing the latest version, and a new version will be logged into the system. I can even go back in time and view these earlier versions if I need to compare versions. I can also look at the activity that surrounds this document, and I can even filter the types of action, making it easy to see who has downloaded the document, or if a senior member of the team has recently viewed it. All of this activity is timestamped and audited in Huddle. Now that I've made the updates to the corporate presentation, I need a senior partner to review it before sharing with the client. So I'm going to create an approval request right here on the document preview page that will be sent to Tom Howard, a senior partner with Acquisite. This will be available to him on the web and also his mobile device via the Huddle for Mobile app, something we'll look at a little later in the demonstration. So let's now look at Huddle tasks and how they can help to keep sell-side engagements on track. Tasks can be used to assign work out to anyone in the workspace, and you can easily customize your own task types. We can use Huddle to assign discovery, collation or analysis tasks out to the team or even the client, and then have them upload any related assets directly into the appropriate folder, instead of via email and all the challenges that brings. Here we can see that Claire Warner, a member of the client team, has been asked to source and provide the sales incentive plan for Latin American operations, so it can be shared with the prospective buyer. We've even provided the location where I'd like the client to upload the file. Once Claire has completed the task, she can mark it as complete and I'll receive a notification. So let's take a quick look at how easy it is for Claire to complete this kind of task. We've made it really simple to add documents into Huddle. You can simply select the files on your desktop and drag them onto the Huddle page in the browser. And I can also notify my colleagues that a new version is available. Only people with permissions to access this folder will be able to view this document. One thing we haven't covered yet is the Huddle for mobile apps for both Android and iOS. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the Huddle for iOS application to see how device and location no longer have to be a barrier to productivity. Again, we have an activity stream, so if I'm on the road, I can quickly scan through and keep track of key projects and discussions. I also have a list of notifications specific to me, and I can see outstanding tasks that have been assigned to me, so I can start to prioritise my work. Critically, it's surfacing items that need my immediate approval, so I'm not going to miss any milestones while I'm out of the office. You can see the document that I have just created an approval on, and importantly, I can see the context of the approval request as I have the comment stream. So, the mobile app is a really powerful way to surface relevant content, activity and actions to users while on the move, which is perfect for members of the team who are working away from the office, perhaps at client premises. Now that the document has been approved, I can share it with the client for their consideration. So, you can see how Huddle can be applied to a number of advisory scenarios, and, in fact, Huddle can make working on multiple engagements very efficient by using the dashboard. The dashboard is the perfect way for keeping track of broader activity, perhaps in projects or activities you're not involved in on a day-to-day basis. It also provides more transparent visibility of client and company activity, while making it easier to manage concurrent activities during the day. I also have dedicated views of which approvals are outstanding, both for myself and for anyone else I had set an approval for. You can see that in this case some due diligence documents are awaiting my approval. A snapshot of my open tasks is also surfaced, and I can even mark tasks as complete right from the dashboard. In summary, the dashboard is the perfect place to make sure that I'm not falling behind or missing any key activities. With so much going on, it's important to give people easy ways to get back to what they were working on. We've provided search and also recent files for this purpose, not only in the browser but also via the Huddle desktop and mobile apps. So, for example, if I need to quickly make a comment to a document that I was working on recently but have forgotten where it's stored, I can go to Recent Files, select the document, and it will take me straight to the relevant workspace or open the document directly in the appropriate Microsoft Office application. So that's a very quick overview of Huddle. I hope that's gone some way towards helping you understand where Huddle can add benefit to your deal advisory engagements through improved workflows, collaboration, document management and mobility. Thanks for your time. If you have any questions or want to get in touch, please visit huddle.com.